Joy's stomach was aflutter like a swarm of butterflies around a buddleia bush. She was both nervously excited and extremely curious about the invitation to join Lady Henrietta Rathbone for tea. Joie, wearing a violet spring walking dress, curtsied to the woman who had almost cost Joie and Reggie their lives. This petite woman, dressed in a simple green gown with her chestnut hair in an unadorned chignon, didn't look like a woman that French spies were willing to kidnap or kill. Whatever role the lady played, it must be vital to England's war against France. "Miss James, I'm pleased to finally meet you after all the excitement I caused you and Lieutenant Tally." Joie was at a loss on how to respond. Being kidnapped and held ransom could be called exciting if you didn't mind being terrified out of your wits. Joie had no idea why this tiny woman was the centre of intrigue. No one deemed it necessary for Joie to be made privy to Lady Rathbone's role in English intelligence. A striking woman in a frothy crimson morning gown was stretched across the settee. "I would rise to greet you, but it would take your entire visit for me to get upright." The lady's laugh was husky and enchanting. "And this is my sister-in-law, the Viscountess Gwyneth Ashworth." Joie curtsied and tried not to stare at Lady Ashworth. By the size of her bulging stomach, she had to be close to delivery or having a very large baby. Her condition usually would preclude a lady venturing out of her home, and Joie remembered that the lady's husband had been in charge of Reggie's mission in Rye. "I couldn't miss the opportunity to meet you, Miss James, since I'm afraid that I soon won't be able to visit my dear friend." She tenderly rubbed her abdomen. "My husband shared how you became embroiled in danger because of a case of mistaken identity." Reggie mistaking her for the French spy wasn't the reason Joie had been kidnapped. He had quickly corrected his mistake and had warned her not to get involved. But Joie's need to help Reggie and her jealousy of the beautiful French spy who had offered to be a double agent before they realized her intention to be a triple agent had caused Joie to fall into the wicked woman's trap. It was Joie's fault that she had been kidnapped, giving the French the opportunity to exchange Joie for Reggie and his knowledge of Lady Henrietta's mysterious work. "I immediately felt we were kindred spirits when my husband related that after being rescued, you didn't have a fit of vapors. Instead, you asked my husband if you could become a secret agent." Joie couldn't think of a suitable response. She had been instructed by the Viscountess's husband that she must never mention anything to anyone of what had occurred in Rye because of national security. The lady's wide grin helped reassure Joie that she was sincere and not critical of Joie's actions. Joie didn't know what a lady's response should be after being kidnapped, but the sticklers of the tone definitely would consider the need to fight back not at all fitting of a lady of sensitive sensibilities. Joie begged the Viscount to be of service after witnessing the evil of the French and their strategy of using women to infiltrate the fabric of British society. "Your husband's only response to my request was that I should meet you." Joie smiled at the Viscountess, whose darkest of eyes gleamed with mischief. "Yes, someday I'll have to tell you about how I helped my husband in his work. Ash, of course, refuses to allow me to be involved now that I'm—" She patted her abdomen. "You helped Lord Ashworth? I want to help Reggie. Lieutenant Tally. I had hoped that your husband would assign me to work with the lieutenant. Both men refused to believe I could be of any help. I'm very observant, and people easily trust me." Lady Henrietta seated herself, and then gestured to a lady's chair across from her and the settee. On the table was a tray filled with an assortment of rich cakes, sandwiches, cheeses, meats, and fruit. "May I serve you?" The lady leaned forward and lifted the teapot.